Okay, so this is gonna need a bit of pretext, be patient. So in my last video, the Ruby Gillman anniversary video, talking about how much that movie means to me and literally did change my life, please watch it. I brought up how blaming a movie for its box office is really stupid since there's a ton of factors to it. Basically pretending that good movies can't bomb when history shows it's really not the case to many movies that are so well acclaimed nowadays. Especially in recent times like with the failure of Transformers 1 and the day the Earth blew up in theaters despite people clamoring how good they were. But really the key part was, as I was writing it, Elio, Pixar's latest movie, had the worst opening of any Pixar movie and continually hasn't gotten better. And despite that, people who did see it clamor over how good it was with great critical and audience scores. The gist of the movie being that Earth is contacted by an alien community, but instead Earth's representative was accidentally chosen to be a weird kid named Elio, and not only meets them, but has to basically play peacekeeper in intergalactic war. Fun times. Now it seems fine, but what really pissed me off is the animation community's reaction to it, practically making fun of it for its box office and disrespecting it purely based off its art style. Not even willing to give it a chance to check it out and making excuses to not see it over completely superficial aspects. And these are the people who constantly spout animation is cinema but prove they don't actually care about animation in general. Even when said animation is critically acclaimed, they don't care because ew, bean mouth. And that seriously pissed me off, and there's another reason why I can't stand the animation community, and basically forced my hand to check it out for myself. Even if I also admitted in that video, Ruby Gillman's reception made me pretty much jaded to watching new movies and getting personal attachment again. And with this movie's reception at the moment, definitely not helping that. Now admittedly, this is pretty late to the party than my other recent movie video reviews, but it's been really busy for me. I got back on a trip on the 15th and had to go to overdrive making the K&D video and then the hour-and-a-half long Ruby Gillman video before the end of the month deadline. And then after that I took a few days vacation because god I was burned out and I didn't want to do another video after. And I could have seen it Thursday, but the 4th of July just fit my schedule more. I mean, what else am I gonna do that day? But now I have finally seen it myself and can give my thoughts. And oh my god guys, you are totally missing out. Yes, the reviews weren't lying. The movie was genuinely fantastic and everything you could want from the premise, with the cool and beautiful space world and episodes genuinely great, raw emotional moments that will drive you to tears. Like, this is genuinely Pixar. This feels so much like an older Pixar movie just with modern animation. It was so good guys, like really it is. And I feel it seriously doesn't get the credit it deserves by the box office, or especially just the animation community who seem to refuse to go and see and support it. Now, I could just end the video right here with a please go see it guys, you are legitimately missing out. But no, I'm going to get into it a lot more. I'm going to legitimately advocate for this movie more than my other recent movie videos. Admittedly, the movie has a bit of a slow start introducing Elio as a kid who's, to put it bluntly, very artistically coded. But I'll get into that more after. Unfortunately, his parents died, so his aunt Olga has to take custody of him, who's also a major in the nearby Air Force, and well, to put it lightly, isn't used to the sudden responsibility being the guardian of a kid like him. Elio, though, is so fascinated with space, like, well, a lot of kids are at his age, but even more, obsessing with getting contact with alien life to take him off Earth, stemming a lot from his own insecurities that he doesn't really belong and no one actually wants him, especially with how much trouble he ends up getting into. But the Air Force gets what seems like a response from alien life, though dismissed as nothing, but Elio thinks it's his chance to finally get off-world and meet with extraterrestrials, and sends his own signal to space, asking them to take him. But this really strains the relationship between his aunt, who tries to take them to boarding school in hopes they can help him, but just makes him think that she doesn't want him more. But it turns out that his signal really did end up meeting alien life, who mistake him as the leader of Earth and take him to the Communiverse, a union of all the species in the universe in peaceful harmony. Here, Elio finally thinks he's got his dream of being with people who want him and respect him, and in a wonderful magical world of everything he can ever dream of. It's amazing. However, one species isn't allowed in, the Halurgians, led by Lord Grygon, a fearsome warlord royally pissed that his species isn't allowed the Union with their aggressive tendencies, and swears to destroy them with all the species fearing their wrath and wanting to disband and keep themselves safe. However, Elio, being the ambassador of Earth, can't give up going back to Earth where he feels he doesn't belong and losing his biggest dream of being a part of this world, and offers to make peace with Grygon himself since no one else is willing to keep his spot in the Communiverse. But then he also meets with Prince Glorgon, Lord Grygon's son, and surprisingly, both really hit it off, becoming each other's first true friend, in a weird but actually really fun and adorable friendship, and find they relate to each other so much. As Glorgon also feels that his parents don't really like him or want him around, which of course parallels Elio's feelings that he's not really wanted around in his family. And it's really cute and compelling, and oh my god. Like, really, that's just the base of the plot, but it really does have so many good aspects, but unfortunately, all people seem to care about is the art style. Like, I've heard the complaints about the B-mount style, oh my god, it's so bad, but like, no, it's not. Like, I don't get the complaints at all, what gives? I can get not personally liking it, but thinking it correlates to quality is stupid. Luca and Turning Red have the same style and those movies were great. Granted, they also got their own taste of shit from the community from it, but literally, what's wrong with it? I thought we were over this stupid CalArt style debate. It's pointless and this image is insanely inaccurate and off model anyway. Hating this just feels so pedantic and honestly just anti-art. I don't think there's a bad art style unless in cases where it's like legitimately unsightly or even harmful at times. It's simple, but is that bad? Would the movie really be that much better if it was realistic? Cause that's what so much of it seems to be rooted in, that cartoons aren't allowed to be cartoonish and should be as realistic as possible. Which, if you genuinely believe that, well, does Disney have just the trend for you to enjoy? Hell, it's spraying to other studios, thanks for contributing to it. Besides, this movie really isn't as affected as much as those other movies since it has a whole other type of aesthetic in how it portrays space. Like seriously, at that point, the way that the humans are designed doesn't matter at all when you see the whole intergalactic community. Like, first off, just the designs of the aliens, they're so damn good. Like, one, they're so legitimately aliens. Most don't really take influence or inspiration from any Earth-like or standard alien dynamics. They're also weird and abstract and cool and dynamic. Some I can't even tell what they are, but they're so unique and cool and I'm so fascinated to learn what the design philosophy and design process was. They're so cool. Though, one of the other ambassadors is voiced by the guy who does Peppermint Butler in Adventure Time, and once I figured it out, I was so distracted.
And we think you're an excellent candidate for Communiverse membership. Believe you still owe me something in exchange for that favor I did. I'd like your flesh.
It even has some cool biology in mind, mostly from the Hylargians and their biology and culture, but it's really interesting. Even the other guys have some stuff too. Kind of reminded me a lot of how Ben 10 does its aliens, intergalactic culture, and community, but even that show kind of fell a lot into basic Earth inspiration and adaptation. I love so much of the alien stuff just from the design basis, it's so cool, but also just the designs for the Communiverse. It's so damn cool, so futuristic yet heaven-like in atmosphere, really bringing to light an alien utopia, but so varied and creative. It does seem like it's comprised of so many species and alien cultures. I loved it, and exploring the place and all the futuristic technology. Also paralleled a lot by the Elurian locations and designs, juxtaposing it with so much brutalism with its own taste of sci-fi. Even their armor I love a lot with the insectoid designs, and the fact that the helmets simulate eyes when the species doesn't have it, it's so cool. The sci-fi atmosphere is done so extraordinarily well and creative, and really made it feel so unearth-like in practically every aspect. It's so cool and made me fall in love with the art design and the effort that went into it. Dumbing down this entire movie's art to I don't like how the human faces look is idiotic and downright insulting. It's like if in Puss in Boots 2 people didn't care about the incredible animation and designs of the entire movie. It's complaining that Puss doesn't look like the way it used to and it's too cartoony. And it's why people didn't want to see it, like grow the hell up guys. Granted, knowing the reaction to Shrek 5's teaser, that's probably gonna be a possibility in the near future, mark my words. Stay classy, animation community. But yeah, this movie's art and animation is so cool and deserves infinitely more respect than it gets. The animation community just loves making mountains out of molehills. But I also need to talk about Elio as a character. Yeah, as I said before, I don't want to put labels on things unprompted, but Elio 100% is coded as an autistic kid. Like, in my previous video, I said I'm shocked that Ruby Gillman isn't treated as some autistic icon in the community with how she's coded in her social anxiety, insecurities, and body language, but Elio seriously takes the cake. Like, the first scene of the movie already gave it away in a way I know so many people relate to. He doesn't take social cues and has a hard time relating and talking to people, and hyperfixates on his own interests. Even being really hard to understand how troublesome he ends up to others and his family, which of course fuels how he feels his aunt resents him, now the death of his parents got rid of everyone he finds understands him. He feels the alien in this world, unable to make friends and relate to people, constantly feeling like the odd one out in the world. All he wants to do is to find a place he can belong and feel accepted and wanted and can relate to people, which I know a lot of people can relate, feeling so different and outcasted from society purely by being yourself. In my previous video, I said Ruby was probably the character I most related to in my life, which is why I grew so attached to her and her movie. But Elio still had plenty of moments I related to and really drove my empathy. You can feel his desperation and insecurity, which makes it so easy to relate and understand him. And yeah, he really does need to be some icon of autism in the community because I feel it was displayed really well in the movie. I think if you're autistic or somewhere on the spectrum, you can relate. And also Glordon. He's also a weird kid. He has virtually the same feelings and tendencies as Elio. And they hit it off so well relating to the others so much, not feeling that they belong in their worlds, having weird interests and not feeling love from their family members. It's such a cute and wholesome friendship. It's so adorable and feels so much like a kid friendship you see in real life. I can't relate to having trouble socializing with people and making real friends, and honestly the only people I related to are fellow weirdos, but goddamn was it a tight friendship. I love and look back fondly to this day. I love these two and how they interacted, and also helped push so much of the movie's themes of belonging and family. Each helped to push each other through their own issues and insecurities about themselves, their role and place in the world and society, and if their family really cares about them at all. It's so nice. And I love how much this movie has its emotional core mixed into the fantastical narrative. We all love Pixar for so much of it, its emotional themes and messages wrapped in a fantastical package that so many people relate and feel. And I'm so happy to say that Elio keeps that spirit to the point that it does legitimately feel like those classic movies we love the studio for. I mean, Elio's alienation fits so well against the actual alienation he finds himself in, having such deep, compelling themes about family and belonging that were legitimately heart-wrenching and emotional. The contrast of where he feels he belongs in the beautiful expanse of space and the harsh realism of the earth, representing his family to the crushing reality of his situation, and this movie gets so damn heartbreaking with its family themes and emotional ties, and yet so beautiful, heartwarming, and life-affirming in some ways. It's really so great. There is such a great theme of family and love that permeates through it, and it really got me. Like, people are so mad about the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie, how it completely ruins the heart and message of the original, basically saying that family is a burden and give up your kids to the state for your own sake. But here is the movie you all wanted, the one that really has that emotional core and family meaning and dynamic. It's beautiful and like no one is seeing it. Like, this movie is a better Lilo and Stitch movie than the actual Lilo and Stitch movie that came out this year. It's incredible. This movie is so damn Lilo and Stitch coded. I'm not kidding. Like, if you love that movie, you're gonna love this movie. And everyone loves Lilo and Stitch, so everyone will love this movie. The emotional core of the movie as it moves along is so genuinely great and emotional. It got me teary just watching it. And the climax too, it's so good. It's unorthodox, but I still loved it. Like, everything just came together in so many ways that you never expect, but it worked together so perfectly. It was kind of hype, honestly. It was really fun and intense, and I had like one really cool shot that made me go, whoa! It was so great. And especially the ending. God, it was so good. It tore my heart in half and then pieced it back together better than ever. It's so cohesive and heartwarming. It was just perfect and magical. By the way, a bit of a post-credit scene. You want me to get into more detail? Yeah, I ain't spoiling anything. Go see the movie yourself. Like, seriously, this movie was so great, beautiful, imaginative, heartfelt, wholesome, emotional, cohesive. I loved it, and I might consider it one of my favorite Pixar movies, and could easily hold its own against plenty of the classics out there. Like, really, that's so much of the fantastic heart of what makes a Pixar movie stand out and impactful. I'm sure so many people can emotionally relate to it and get attached to it, which makes its box office and online reception so absolutely heartbreaking. Like, on the one hand, I know that the marketing for this movie was really bad. Not as bad as other movies I talked in depth about, but still really bad. I mean, at least we got its first teaser in June 2023, so I didn't get to Ruby's first announcement like, hey, here's a new movie coming out in 3 months, let's give away the entire story, get ready! But due to the writer's strike, was heavily delayed until now and bumped up the schedule, with a lot of the promotion with it, making it really messy to market. I mean, at least it also got a McDonald's collaboration, so that's something. Still, though, the marketing competition with other movies have made it pretty hard for it to get attention it needs and promote it, being a bit of a contributor to its box office. But the one thing that really pisses me off is that the animation community doesn't seem to care. They just don't want to give it a chance and will make every excuse in the book. Going all, oh, it looks generic, or oh, there's no hook, or especially the stupid, the art style is bad, like give me a goddamn break. Especially that people ignore so much of the movie's amazing artistry, imagination, heart, and soul just to bitch about bee-mouths is honestly insulting. Like this, fundamentally, doesn't matter, but you latch onto it because it's the only thing that your cynicism to the medium actually cares about. If Gravity Falls came out today, everyone would complain about the Cal art shift from the start and never give it a chance and just ignore it. And not realizing, hey, this is actually one of the best and most influential animated shows ever and is practically a masterpiece. But please, again, focus on the damn Bean Mouse instead. I was so afraid of this when Wild Robot came out, that people would only care about heavy stylization in movies and ignore that animation is a field where you can do literally anything you want in it to tell any type of story. And these styles are used to reinforce core aspects of its theme in so many movies, but in the end, people don't care and are all, wow, that looks cool and flashy, every movie needs to be like this. People are ignoring every good aspect of this movie just for insanely superficial qualities, and it pisses me off. Even when people who see it clamor over how good it was, people still aren't interested in checking it out, also content with their pre-established views. And this is coming from the people who say animation is cinema and yet don't actually respect the medium at all. I hate to break it to you guys, but Puss in Boots 2 isn't the only animated movie in existence. We're going through some sort of crisis where so much originality is failing for continual sequels and remakes, even in goddamn like action, making animation more and more insignificant, but to a good chunk of the animation community, they don't care. You all clamor for originality, but when that comes out, you never support it, and your only defense is, well, we want good original movies. Well, here's your good original movie, and you ain't supporting it for stupid shit. All you do is see the horrible state of the entertainment industry and how animation is not respected, and whine about that we need more original animations, and then never actually support them when they release, being anal about some aspect, waiting for the perfect idealized animated movie in your head until it fails, and later go, well, why did this fail? We need more movies like this, and it keeps happening again and again. Don't complain when you're not doing anything proactive to actually fix it. Face it, you're part of the problem. This is the worst type of support. It's entirely fake and helps and benefits nothing. Like, you don't actually respect or want to support animation in general. Stop pretending that you do. Like, I don't want to gatekeep, but I'm not going, well, if you don't like this game, you're not a true fan of the franchise. I'm going, stop saying you respect this medium when it's clear you have no respect for the art or the effort that goes behind it. Please tell me this movie is failing solely because of the goddamn mouth shapes. This community is so toxic, cynical, and self-destructive that I genuinely hate it and I pretty much remove myself from it. Animation is failing and the community behind it is such a part of the problem. I hate to do this, I really hate the soapbox, but this is a big and repeated problem and I need to speak out against it. And this movie is going to be my biggest example of it. A beautiful and amazing movie that people are aware of and don't want to see it for no real reason while complaining that there's no support for great original animation. It's appalling. And you know, while on one hand I'm happy to have another example of failing at the box office doesn't mean it's not a good movie, it's really not worth this movie getting the treatment it deserves. People aren't giving this movie a chance and it's genuinely suffering from it. It's not even that, they're actively making fun of it and legitimately go to hell. You don't actually respect animation, you're not an animation fan, shut up. I know that so many people will fall in love with so much the movie offers, so much artistry and heart that's exactly what Pixar was famous for, but so many people don't want to give it the chance of preferring to hold on to the lazy cynicism they had in the first place, utterly destroying appreciation for the medium made by people who claim to love it. Normally these first impressions of a movie out by now, I do just to talk about a recent movie, but here I want to actually seriously advocate for it and beg people to see it. I made this channel to respect and appreciate animation and I seriously am begging for people to. Like, please, I give this movie my utter endorsement if you had any, and I mean any interest in seeing it, please do, I promise you won't regret it. If you want original and great animation to actually be supported and loved, then please, for the love of God, actually do it. Be the one who makes a difference. Please don't let this movie die out. Please go and support it. More people need to see this movie and give hope for original animation despite the studios doing everything they can to kill it. Because this movie seriously doesn't deserve its treatment from the studios, box office, or the community. And I know it can be a celebrated movie of Pixar if people just try and give it a chance. Something this beautiful doesn't deserve to be treated the way it does, and people can try and make a difference. At least to make people stop insulting it without seeing it. But given how the community is and the state of theaters, I kinda doubt it. And if that's the case, then, like Elio, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Goodbye.
Space, go to space. Come away, yeah. Ooh, let's go to space, go into space, can't wait, space, trial, putting the system on trial, in space system, on trial, guilty, not being in space, go to space, yeah.